guys, welcome to another video. I know it's been a while. Today I'm out on the lake. Finally, it's been a crazy busy year, but just launched the boat. Water temp is 55 degrees, a little bit colder than what I was expecting. So these smallmouth could be already set off into their deeper feeding grounds, but I'm going to start shallow and then start from there, see if they're there. If they're not, I'll just start working deeper and deeper so we can find them. I got some crankbaits, got some tubes tied up. Let's see if we can find them. This guy picked it up and just swam right towards me. Barely hooked. Oops. There we go. Holy cow. Wow. Had a bite, but he got off. Next cast, got this guy, not a bad one. Holy cow. Like I said, 2 hours of fishing. Smoked the crankbait, which is awesome. Usually you get them fired up on the crankbait this time of year. So when there's one in the fall, there's usually more. So I'm gonna throw this guy in the live well. And then see if we can get a pile of them. That's the goal anyways. Oh, I'm surprised I landed that guy. That was a bit of chaos. Okay, I'm gonna back up off this spot and just start casting in there. I do have the tube, but it's so much fun to get them on the crankbait, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with that. If they keep hitting it, they keep hitting it. If they slow it down and they stop, then I'll throw the tube or drop shot or something to try and finesse them. But hey, if the crankbait's going, I'm happy. Oh, got another fish. Oh yeah. I knew there had to be more here. School just might be moving. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's another dandy. This guy's a little bit bigger even. Oh yeah. It's a nice fish. Come on, buddy. Oh yeah. Whew, that's a way bigger fish. Yes, sir. think we might have a 5-pounder on our hands to bust out the scale for this bad boy. Oh yeah. Odd place to get hooked. Holy cow. That is a stud. Hopefully that's okay with the light in the background, but thank you, buddy. Oh, that's a long fish and a thick fish. Yes. Like I said, I knew there had to be more here. Let's get the pliers and get this guy unhooked. Let's throw this guy on live for some pictures. Holy. A dandy fish. Yes, sir. Just to show you guys what I'm working with here, my setup. Just using a Shimano Zodia's crankbait rod. It's a 7.6, moderate action. As you can see, I was able to fight that fish really well with the Cronarch. It's actually a 7-to-1 gear ratio. I usually use a 5 or a 6, but I forgot it back at the house. Which isn't it's not a terrible thing. You know what? My main thing is I'm trying to make sure I maintain bottom contact. So if I feel like I'm not hitting it, I just reel it in a bit faster. If I feel that I'm hitting it, I just slow myself down until I feel that constant tapping with the bottom. And that's usually when I'm getting picked up, when I feel it go off the bottom a few times and bang, and getting hit. Another one. Not as big. Are we scrappy though? Did I just lose him? No, I think he's still on. Oh, I don't feel him anymore. Oh yeah, he's there. There must be a school of them over there. This guy's not near the size of the last two. Although, no. Way, much smaller. Just gonna bolt flip this guy in. Just like so. Man, like this guy's not big at all. But the thing is, like, it's so rewarding. I've been searching all over the lake for a couple hours, maybe even 3 hours. I didn't show half of it on the video because it was just slow. Cast after cast after cast. And to finally roll in here and on my first cast get bit, you know, like, that guy's not big by any means, but it just shows you they're schooled up. Once they get in an area that they like, they're feeding, then it's game on. Throw that guy back and rinse off and get another line in and see if we can get another one. Got another one. Thought I got another weed. School is still here. What a blast on crankbaits. Whoa, come on. My goodness, not a bad one. Not as big as the 5-pounder we got in there, but tip for crankbait fishing: always bring pliers. I could have sworn I had some, but apparently I don't. I got super lucky with that one. Yeah, it's a nice chunky one. I'll let this guy go because he was caught in the gill a little bit, so I want to make sure he can revive right away. No point of keeping him in the live well. Look at that, 4 fish in a matter of what, 10 minutes? I think we found them. I am curious though, if I were to throw the tube, if they would hit that, or if they're just dialed in on moving baits right now. Crankbaits are fun, that's for sure. Okay, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna throw the tube. See if they'll hit it. Just out of curiosity. There could be more down there that I'm missing just because they don't want to hit a moving bait. We'll see. Yep. Holy cow. Not a giant. Oh my goodness. There is something about this. There's just like a rock flat here. And I've been fishing rock flats all day. Well, all afternoon, I guess. I haven't been out here all day. But something about this one. I don't know why. But they're here. They're hitting moving baits. They're hitting finesse baits. And oh boy, is it fun. Hooked right where he should be. This guy's pretty small, but still, there's fish down there. It's fall, it's 55 degrees. They're starting to round out. Surprised they're not fatter, but man. Oh man. Well, let's throw it in there again. Let's see if we can get another one. Might as well. The only thing I'm missing right now is a buddy to share all these fish with. Another one. Oh yeah. Not a big one. It's on the other edge of the rock pile. Come on in here, boy. Eventually he'll calm down enough. You can get in there. I like to grab him just like this. Grab him from the top. Careful not to get his top spine, but you grab him just under these fins here. It's like little finger holds. Usually does really well at holding them tight. Doesn't need a lot of pressure, just a little bit. And there we go, another little guy. You need to eat some more, buddy. Oh man. One key thing that I'm doing, I'm not so dialed in on like color. I've tried a few different colors and they seem to bite all the colors when I find the fish. But what I'm trying to do is make sure that I'm using a bait that runs deep enough that's always maintaining bottom contact. When I do that, I find I'm picking up way more fish. If I'm not, I'm just not catching them. So felt that thing knocking off the rocks, knocking off, and all of a sudden got picked up by that guy. So there's one quick tip. Whatever depth you're fishing, use a crankbait that goes slightly deeper. You want them digging in those rocks, making all kinds of noise, kicking up the mud, making all kinds of a ruckus. Track those fish. Oh yeah, little guy. I was bouncing off a stick at first. You are one eager smallie. Very eager smallie. You are going to be fun to catch when you grow up. Man. Cannot get enough of these smallies. Somewhere in the lake, I know I got a good one there. Somewhere in the lake, there's got to be a school of just big ones only. Tiny, like tiny, maybe 12 inches at the best. But a little scrapper, smoked it like as soon as it hit the water. Cranked in a couple times and she was on. The lake that I'm on is pretty small. Like I can get across the whole thing in this boat in I think about 3 to 4 minutes all out. So it's not a huge lake. I'm not expecting to find 6 and 7 pounders in here. There is the odd 6, but it's super rare. I mean, you don't even see them every year. But it's got its fair share of 3s and 4s. But I don't know if it has the amount of feed and if it has everything it needs to get those fish like a Great Lakes quality. Great Lakes have the gobies, super clear water. Smallies can just grow so fast, but it's still fun in these back lakes anyways. Like you can see, there's been nobody around me all day. It's virtually a private lake, just lake in the middle of nowhere that it's public access, but no pressure, especially this late in the year, middle of October. Water's this cold, people are hunting, getting ready for Thanksgiving, getting ready for Halloween. Here I am, got the lake to myself. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I don't know, got 6 or 7 fish there in the last like 20 minutes after searching for a couple hours. Late fall, it can be tough to locate fish, but when you find them, it's rewarding. Got a couple of giants in the box right now I'm going to take pictures with. But I just wanted to end off this video with a quick tip. Anybody who's going crankbait fishing and you're searching for fish, it's a heck of a lot more convenient, and it's going to be easier for you if you're bringing multiple crankbait rods with crankbaits of different depths. Color is secondary in my opinion. There may be some lakes and some situations where color is just the slightest color change makes a big difference, and that's totally different. But just for searching for fish, I went from shallow and I went all the way to deep, and I ended up coming back in like that mid-range on a rock pile that came off a shoreline that went into deep water, and they were sitting on the edge of that at about 13 to 15 feet. But I have 3 rods set up. One with the crankbait goes to 25 feet, one that goes to 15, and one that's nice and shallow goes up to 5. I was fishing shallower than 5 feet at some points, but I kept the 5 on, just so that it would always make a bottom contact. I can always slow down my reel, make sure it's going and not just like digging in hard or getting caught all the time. But that, along with always having a follow-up bait, I was watching in the water the whole time and I never had a follow-up to the boat, but I brought my 2-Rod just in case that I had a follow-up and I could just throw it back in there, hopefully get that fish. Never happened. They never followed up. They'd usually hit pretty close to the end of the cast or on that drop off when the transition from rock to mud or rock to sand. So that's my quick tip for today. I caught a couple decent fish just on this back lake. Thought I'd come out and have some fun. It's been a while. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you don't throw crankbaits in the fall, you should start, because as you can see, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, until next time, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.